Welcome everyone to another 1v1 matchup. This is going to be our semi-final matchup between Esper51 and RebornGaignun. Looks like we had an environmental go down, already erased. Got a Faith Arsenal here out of Esper51. It's going to be a pretty hyped matchup. Esper came out on top of Group A with a nearly flawless record. He only dropped one game in the whole group. Looked really good against Evolution in the quarterfinals as well. RebornGaignun came out as second seed in Group C, and we had possibly the most exciting matchup of Phantom Dust ever in the quarterfinals with Gagnun versus Xanxus going, I think it was like a 6 or 7 game series. Absolutely delivered. Every game was very close, very tight. Some of the best technical Phantom Dust play you could have seen there. And so now that Gagnun's moved on to the semifinals here, it's going to be a very exciting matchup against another high mechanical player, Esper51. Excited to see what these guys can bring out here. We both see them kind of feeling each other out, not really wanting to take the plunge here yet. Both players playing nice and slow. A lot of people would have whoever wins this matchup pegged as the favorite going into the finals, myself included. This side of the bracket definitely had the stronger players, Gagnun and Xanxus, as well as Esper51. The bracket came out, definitely a stronger side of the bracket, as those would have been my 3 favorites for the tournament. And both of them, they all 3 have to face each other before they would hit finals. See here, Gagnun getting some damage down with the Flame Sword. Esper seems to not have an answer to that. Not walking the swords like he characteristically does, and possibly running the flash hole seems to be a little off his game here. Flame Sword and Ice Sword putting a lot of meaningful damage down onto Esper. He's already down to 8 health, but now he's starting to get away from the swords like you would expect him to do. Perhaps a little bit of nerves coming through there. Illusion of Death does connect. And puts him down to 6 though. Esper looking like he still wants to keep his distance. Gagnun now running 3 shields. Probably drops the Ice Sword, but he does still have the Flame Sword. And that connects on Esper, and that puts him 1 hit away from death. And that last one connects. Esper possibly having aura problems there. Doesn't seem to get the shield that he wants, and he takes a quick loss in game 1 to RebornGaignun. And as we had Panorama and Highway banned, we'll be headed to City now. I have to see if Esper51 can get some momentum back under him here. Often known as the 1v1 king, always trolling around on the forums and on Facebook, trying to get people to play him in the 1v1 matches. Looks like the nerves are getting to him. We'll have to see if he can get that back under control, pick up some wins here, and bring this series a little bit more competitive, as Gagnun looked very strong and very clean in game 1. Seems like both players are ready, and we'll now head into the game here. Esper still kind of low aura, but he's got 2 shields this time. Might be in a better spot. Gaignan doesn't really have a rush start like he did last time. We see him start with a shield at 6 aura. See if we can get a view of their wisps. Okay, we see the nature and the faith. Once again, the auras have swapped, but it's very possible we see the same set of skills from both nature, faith. We do see it's actually nature psycho out of Esper. Looks like he broke a shield there with that sign. Possibly broke the flash hole. Twister, not connecting yet. Gaignan has an environmental that he is looking to place. Uses the heat first. Probably a lunar force there, would be my guess. Goes the lunar force. Esper retreats back to base. Gravity press does connect. He times it just right as Gaignan jumps down from the hang, and that is 9 damage down early onto Gaignan. Takes more damage from the signs. He's down to 5 health. Gaignan in a good spot skill wise, but awful as far as his health bar. Don't know if he's going to have the longevity now. It's going to be real hard for him to trade. Esper now using that heat, likely with the plethora of 3 damage abilities such as Reincarnation, Willow, Blazing Bullet, Flame Sword. He's going to be able to one-shot Gaignan at this point. Gaignan also has to be regretting the Lunar Force being hung right now because he would much rather have it up so that he could take 2 shots and trade. But undaunted, he is playing on the offense, goes up to the truck, throws the Reincarnations down. Does see that Esper is running Fortress of Iron. Esper's still pretty low on aura. Looking to find what he can hit Gaignan with. Honestly, just needs to trade shots once, and that'll be game 2 to Esper. See another green in hand. He's got a little bit more aura. Does sword cancel the ice sword, gives it away. I think if he had neglected the cancel there, that would have connected for sure. Kind of over advertised that sword cancel, if you ask me. Well, that is worth noting. The only skill that can't one-shot Gaignan, probably in his arsenal right now, is the ice sword. Only does 4 with the Lunar Force and the heat. If he gets lucky, gets a little fall damage, knocks him off the map, that would kill him. But otherwise, he will have to hit that twice. Still holding on to a green on the B button. Possibly a trance. Well, no, it wouldn't be a trance. Maybe entangle? He's running Nature Psycho, if I recall. Not really sure. Shows that he has the glacial wall now. Gaignan fakes out the shield. Not sure where he's going with this right now. Just kind of walking around the map. Clearly he has something that he wants to pull off here. As he's left his base, he's not willing to override anything else. This is the hand he wants to use. And it has gone into overtime now. Not overtime, the quick time. Nobody's taken any damage in too long. And so they've only got 30 seconds to finish this. it looks like that's going to be it. Honestly, we're going to go to a tie. Both players being a little too passive here. Pressure. Useless at this point. Esper just stands there watching it as they know the time is going to run out before anything meaningful can happen. And that'll be a game 2 draw. And we'll be headed to Refinery. Esper at least showing some signs of life here. Zero aura start this round. That could possibly be by design. He has an aura particle on the bench. He seemed unsure what to overwrite there. Possibly not by design. Guinan already moving in with +1 damage and 4 aura. Esper could be in a real rough spot right now. Blazing Bullet does come out and peg him. 4 damage. Esper immediately jumps off. And he doesn't have any aura at base either. What a rough break for Esper right now. Run from the Blazing Bullet immediately while at 1 aura. It's not a good place to be. Has to jump off again. Starts this game at 6 health, essentially. And there's no guarantee that he can block right now either. There's a lot of shields that only cost 2, but he may not have one that costs 2. Even if he does, it could be Glacial Wall or something like that, easily broken. Such a bad spot to be in. Forced to jump off. Once again. Still no aura there. This game looks like it's going to quickly be over. And that'll be a two-game lead for Guinan. Unless something magically turns around here. Esper desperately dodging the trash, as well as the Blazing Bullet. Likely expecting a Flame Sword. Does manage to connect with the power. Psychokinesis. But the Vacuum Slash will finish. And that is game 3 to Guinan. Takes a 2-0 lead in the series. Esper definitely on the back foot now. Had a good showing in the draw in City, but he just played a little too passive. Needed to keep the pressure on there. No pun intended. Then Guinan really taking advantage of a horrible start out of Esper on Refinery. And we'll see whether Esper's able to get a win in this series and bring it back on lane. This time starting with aura. Sounds like he already shot something at Guinan. Connected for 3 damage as well. Looks like Psycho Faith out of Guinan. Lays down the Lunar Force, now looking to go aggressive. Reincarnation out of Esper tests the shield. You see the Psycho Shell out of Guinan. Esper trying to keep his distance, doesn't want to be in the melee range right now. Lightning Sword connects onto Guinan. And then looks like Laser Blade. So it's Optic Psycho. And he's getting some damage down. Looks like Esper doesn't have a way to defend against it. Finally, picks up the Angel's Wing. Now he's going to harass Guinan on the way back to his base. Guinan snags another attack. Both these players having traded early, lost a little bit of health, 12 and 13 respectively. Esper drops an ability for another attack. Looks like Guinan is holding on to a purple. Possibly a crush. Could be effective here on lane with all the jump lifts. Wanting to keep his high spawn to himself. Esper still running the Will-o'-the-Wisp. We haven't seen the other attack. And there is the crush. Looks like if Esper wants to get up to where Guinan is, he will have to either follow him up or find a better way. Throws out of crawlers, we now see, and the eraser out of Guinan. Takes the crawlers. Esper probably not too unhappy with that trade. See a violent change out of Esper. I didn't catch whether or not that got many of Guinan's capsules. Crush knocks Esper down again, but he does make it up to the roof. He doesn't take the fall damage. And the Willow connects. Guinan does not time his defense properly. Esper uses the building to create some distance there. Needs to be careful as soon as he goes up there. Nope, Guinan doesn't use the crush this time. Psycho Burst comes out. Esper seems to have a read on that though, as I noticed he wasn't picking up all the aura in his base, wanting to keep his aura a bit lower. Wanting to stay out of that one-shot territory. 4 more aura would put him at 1 shot by the Psycho Burst. Eraser gets rid of the Willow now, which is a shame. It's a very handy ability, especially against cartwheelers on lane. Esper does pick up 1 aura particle, and he takes an 8 damage from the Psycho Burst and misses his jump onto the railing there. Puts him in a real bad spot. Next shot kills him, just about anything. And there goes the second Psycho Burst in a row, and that'll be a 3-0-1 for Guinan, advancing to the finals of both tournaments now. Any questions anybody had about this player coming into either tournament have definitely been answered. He's in the finals of both of them, and I would say the favorite to win both of those final matchups. Esper51, the 1v1 king, not so today. It was good having him in the tournament. We appreciate all the effort and preparation you put in, Esper. Thank you for being a part of this, and we will catch you in the next tournament, hopefully. Tune in, guys. We'll have finals coverage coming to you soon.